Happy hello everyone! This is your brain. This is your brain on happiness. I'm no neuroscientist, but I'll try and explain what the yolk is about.
Oh, bad joke.
What?
My name is Ryan Wingfield, and my job is to make people happy. After years of doing stand-up comedy, I've devoted an entire year to the study of happiness. Join me each week right here on a Road Comics Road to Happiness.
There's a joke that serotonin and dopamine are technically the only two things you enjoy. You've probably heard me talk about them if you watched any episodes of this series. They are the main neurotransmitters which scientists believe are connected to happiness. Neurotransmitters, like the name suggests, help neurons in your brains transmit messages to each other. Each has their own purpose. Some help you wake up and become alert, others help you calm down and relax. Your brain regulates them depending on what circumstances require. However, if your brain becomes unbalanced, particularly with too many stress hormones, it can have a negative impact on both your health and your happiness. Here's a look at some of the main ones and how each affects you. Endorphin, the painkiller. The name literally translates to self-produced morphine. It is released by physical exertion as a way of blocking the pain. If you've ever experienced a runner's high, that's because your body is flooding itself with so much endorphin that it is outpacing the pain you are introducing. Endorphins are also released by acupuncture, which explains why poking yourself with a needle can feel good. Possibly its best benefit, it is why sex makes you happy. Endocannabinoids, the Bliss molecule. There is a reason why this neurotransmitter sounds a little bit like cannabis. It is basically your body's own version of a pot drug. It alters your perceptions and states of consciousness in various ways. Often released with endorphins, it contributes to the runner's high. While the endorphins block the pain of running, the endocannabinoids help you believe that an activity which is making your nipples bleed is actually enjoyable. Dopamine, the reward molecule. This is the chemical that your brain uses to motivate you. Much like giving a dog a treat when they do a trick, your body releases a little dopamine every time you achieve a goal, which is what makes you feel good. From an evolutionary point of view, this is what motivated us to get out of beds and actually do something with our lives. Unfortunately, some people have found a workaround by using drugs like cocaine and meth, which artificially increase dopamine levels. This gives you a sense of accomplishment even if you've done absolutely nothing with your life. No wonder they're so addictive. Oxytocin, the bonding hormone. This is the chemical that helps us all get along. You can literally activate it with a hug. It is directly linked to creating bonds and increasing trust. That might mean falling in love with your girlfriend or creating an emotional connection with your dog. And hopefully the two aren't the same thing. GABA, anti-anxiety. Think of this as your body's natural sedative. It helps slow down your brain and provides you with a sense of calm. It can be activated by things like yoga and meditation, which explains why those activities can make you happy. Serotonin, regulation. Serotonin does a lot. It helps regulate your mood, your appetite, your sleep. It is also very important in memory and learning. A lack of serotonin is often found in people who are suffering from depression, and many antidepressants will artificially increase your serotonin levels by slowing down the rate at which they are absorbed in the body. Together, these neurotransmitters, as well as a few others, work together to make you relaxed, calm down, and give you a sense of well-being. In other words, they are what makes you happy. Unfortunately, your brain also releases hormones which can make you stressed, anxious, and downright grumpy. These are called stress hormones. The main ones are adrenaline, the fight or flight hormone. This is what causes the fight or flight response in stressful situations. If you've ever been so scared that your heart starts beating fast, that is adrenaline running through your body. From an evolutionary point of view, it is very helpful in keeping us alive. It gives us a boost of energy and focuses our attention, both very good things to have when you are being chased by a lion. Unfortunately, that boost of energy comes from an increased pulse and blood pressure. In the short term, not a big deal, but if you keep your adrenaline levels high for too long, your body starts to wear out. Norepinephrine, the boner killer. Also called epinephrine, think of this as adrenaline light. While it does contribute to the fight or flight response, its main purpose is to help you focus and be responsive. When you're stressed, this chemical diverts blood flow to essential areas such as muscle and diverts it from less crucial areas. As you might guess, for men who are stressed about work, this can create certain problems in the bedroom, hence why I like to call it the boner killer. Cortisol, the stress hormone. Most of the time when people refer to stress hormones, they are talking about cortisol. If adrenaline and norepinephrine can be thought of as your body's initial response to stress, cortisol is kind of like the cavalry. Instead of seconds, it can take minutes until your body feels the effect, and depending on how you handle that stress, it can take hours or even days until the effects are gone. Ideally, cortisol is crucial when your body is in survival mode. It helps regulate things like your fluid balance and your blood pressure, and reduces non-crucial bodily functions, including sex drive, yet another boner killer. Unfortunately, if cortisol levels remain too high for too long, they can have a devastating impact to both your physical and mental health. It can interfere with learning and memory, weakens your immune system, increases weight gain, and makes you more susceptible to depression and other mental illnesses. In short, our bodies are designed to deal with stress but not live with it. The same chemicals that can keep us alive with the fight or flight response can hurt or even kill us in the long term. Much of what makes us happy involves reducing our stress hormones and increasing our feel-good neurotransmitters. That, in an eggshell, is what makes your brain happy. That's all for this edition of A Road Comics Road to Happiness. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and leave any happy comments below. Next week, manners don't just maketh the man, they maketh the happy man. Until then, stay happy.